Oh my god, welcome back to my channel.
Still haven't gotten the hang of doing long form content, but I promise you guys I'm gonna bring you more long form stuff. So I've had a mad influx of subscribers ever since going on the podcast Casuals. First of all, welcome if you're new here. Ever since that podcast, my life has gone berserk, literally. I got signed to one of the biggest agency in the world, Wilhelmania, which is absolutely insane. And I've got some crazy collaborations coming up soon. I feel like I should mention, I only collaborate with brands I'm obsessed with. In this day and age, when we see a collaboration come up on our feed, you're thinking, this influencer's been paid to do this. They don't really love the brand. You know, they're getting paid, so they're gonna exaggerate their opinion of the product. I'm in a fortunate position whereby I don't need to accept every single brand deal that comes through my door. In fact, I've rejected, I'm gonna say, the majority of brand deals. So the brands that I do collaborate with know that it comes from the bottom of my heart and it's a genuine love for their products or their service or whatever they provide. More recently, I did a collaboration with HelloFresh. I have an Excel sheet and there's a list of all the brands that I'd love to collaborate with. And HelloFresh is #1 on that Excel sheet. This isn't sponsored, I'm just talking about it. I've been using HelloFresh for 4 years now. I'm gonna prove it. Look at this. So this is my account. 112 boxes. So each box covers a week. So it's 112 weeks that I've been with HelloFresh. And obviously that does not include holidays. I just felt like I needed to clarify that because I saw a comment saying, you're just promoting them because you're getting paid by them. No, kind of, yeah, like that's part of the collaboration deal, but I want to promote them. Today I've decided to do a Q&A with you guys. I put up on my Instagram a story and you guys shot me your questions and I'm gonna give you some in-depth answers and hopefully it can help you guys, whether it be in martial arts or in life or I don't know, but I'm gonna try and be as useful as possible. I'm drinking Thai tea, which is absolutely delicious. I remember being given this tea when I was at a Thai massage place in Sydney. I was like, holy what is this tea? And the woman brought out the package for me and I took a picture of it, but all the writing was in Thai. So then I lost that picture and I don't know how to find it again. The tea name just like left me for ages, for months, and I was just dying trying to find this particular tea. I was Googling it, I couldn't find it, got to Thailand, and then as soon as I arrived at Bangkok airport, I saw the tea on display and I was like, where did I get that tea now? Here's the tea. Still don't know what the name of it is, but it's in a red tin can, and it's so delicious, I love it. Are you planning to be a professional Muay Thai fighter? Because this is long form, I'm gonna give you guys the long answer. I have had one amateur fight. I don't think I'm in any position to be like, okay, I'm ready to go pro now, but it would be freaking amazing if I could go. Amazing, why did I say it like that? It would be freaking amazing if I could go pro, obviously later on down the line after I've racked up the experience and the amateur fight. Every sport that I go into, for example with Taekwondo, I never plan on, how do I explain this? When I did Taekwondo, I never planned to end up fighting internationally for my country. It's always, I'm doing Taekwondo, I'm gonna do the best I can and be the best I can. And from that, doors will open up and the universe will kind of lead me to where I need to be. That's kind of the mindset that I have with Muay Thai as well. I entered Muay Thai, really, the sole purpose to enter Muay Thai was to make friends, as sad as it sounds. I kind of fell out of love with Taekwondo, moved over to Sydney, thought, let me start from scratch. I'm in a new country, let me try a new martial art, and let me get better at boxing as well. Picked up Muay Thai, fell in love with it, started documenting it on social media, and now I'm a Muay Thai influencer. None of this was planned. Never planned to blow up on social media. In fact, that page was meant to be my DJ page. So rewind back. I entered a DJ competition in Sydney, again, with the sole purpose of making friends. I sound so sad. As a requirement of that DJ competition, you needed a public profile. Posted my first kickboxing competition. I hit over 1 million views after like a couple of days and realized that I could make a career out of it. I quit my job 4 months ago and I've been doing this full time ever since. Right now I'm really enjoying just learning, being an amateur. I actually got my ACL reconstructed. I was fighting ACL-less for 6 years. With going pro in mind, I thought I need that knee intact and I need it stable. If you want to push myself and fight the best, I need to be the best that I can. What are your top 3 advices and quotes for a Muay Thai beginner? I think #1 is you can learn from anyone at the gym. Even if you're partnered up with a beginner, you can focus on your technique. You can focus on movements that you're not confident with. Don't undermine a beginner. Don't get frustrated. Use that as an opportunity. I get excited when I get put up with beginners, if anything, because A, you really don't know what they're gonna throw at you. It's borderline, I'm about to get injured. But B is also, how am I going to handle this situation? Because being in the ring is equally as unpredictable. When you approach training with this mentality, then you're constantly learning and you're constantly progressing. I think the reality is you're not always going to get the best pad holder. You're not always going to get the best partner every single session. So try and make the most of your class. Second piece of advice I would give is if you're injured and you're unable to train, don't think of this as wasted time. The same way you service your car every year, you need to service your body. Your body also needs a reset appointment. The fastest racehorses in the world have the most amount of downtime. You need to slow down so you can run faster. My third piece of advice, this one's a bit unconventional, but it's the number one thing that catalyzed my Muay Thai abilities, and that is record yourself. It doesn't need to go online, it doesn't need to go on social media, it doesn't need to go on YouTube, it doesn't need to go anywhere. It just stays on your phone, record yourself. Prop your phone on one corner of the gym and do your pad work, do your sparring, and watch it back after a week. Once you look back at it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, that guard is atrocious. Or why the hell are my legs moving like that? I think it's one thing to get advice from your coach, like, I'll make sure you're doing this. You say, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then, I don't know, 3 rounds in, you forget to do that thing. But once you see it with your own eyes, it clicks. And you're constantly reminding yourself, you need to readjust that arm, or you need to sit into this punch a bit more. The only person who can fix your faults is you, not your coach, not anyone else. By filming yourself, it's almost like putting a mirror in front of yourself. Obviously with me, it was a bit more different because I'd post it on social media as well. But what was great is I had some really good feedback from fellow fighters or from coaches in the comments that will tell me what to do. It was almost like having 100 coaches in the comments helping me get better. And I really do welcome constructive criticism on my Instagram and TikTok and whatever social platform, because genuinely that is like one of the number one reasons why I've been able to get better so fast. Next question. Movie scene that made you cry. This is my favorite movie of all time. It's called Miracle in Cell Number 7. They did do a Turkish remake, but I highly, highly, highly suggest you guys watch the original movie, which is in Korean. Every time I watch that movie, I cry as if my whole family had been massacred. It is so sad and funny and witty, and just the storyline is absolutely incredible. The Koreans know how to pull heartstrings. It's one of those movies whereby if you're close to me, I will force you to watch it. So I've made my parents watch it, I've made my in-laws watch it, I've made my husband watch it, my brother, my friends, everyone. I've sat down with them and rewatched the movie and cried the same amount every single time. Every single person that has watched it with me has told me, wow, that is one of the most incredible movies that I've ever seen in my life. If you guys do end up watching it, please let me know how you found it. I'm genuinely interested to see. How do you get rid of the fear of fighting? I always freeze up when I spar and get beat up. I'll tell you a story. So the first time that I had ever sparred, it was my second Taekwondo session. I was 17 years old. I just froze up. I have no idea what was going on, and I just saw legs flying at my face. The only way to get better at sparring and not freeze up is to spar. The reason why you're freezing up is because you haven't done it enough and it's uncomfortable for you. You often get recognized in public. It's getting more and more frequent, and it's you never get used to it. It's a really weird experience to be recognized by someone who knows you, but you know nothing about them. And I don't think I'll ever get used to it. The other day I was shopping at Lululemon. One of the staff members recognized me. That day it was my time of month, and I just didn't feel pretty. I had my hair in a top knot, I wasn't wearing makeup. I was just like, oh, this isn't a good time. I had to show up for this person who was really excited to see me. It's hard trying to meet people's expectations of you, but I don't know how to explain this. There's a pressure that I place on myself whereby I want to make sure that I've left a good impression, and I want to try and give them the best version of me, but I can't always do that. It was really nice that the girl approached me, and it's so surreal to see you guys in real life and feel that support firsthand, because you can become quite out of touch when it's just comments. And honestly, that's the one thing that keeps me going to create content, is for you guys, to make you guys laugh or to inspire you guys or to meet you guys in real life. It's just the cherry on top of the cake. I've been recognized in like the craziest places. I went to a Fred Again concert and someone had recognized me. I had my crutches on because it was like 3 weeks after ACL surgery. And someone was like, "You're Dua!" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." In Thailand, when I was training at the Muay Thai gyms out there, many people came up to me and said, "Hey, we follow you." And it's incredible that I've been able to make this mark in the Muay Thai world. The most awkward times where I'm pretty sure people know me, but they don't say anything, it's when they're side-eyeing me from the other side of the room. And it's like, and I'm like, I don't want to be obnoxious and assume they know me from social media. So I'm like, but why are you staring at me? Or do I have something on my face? Just heads up, guys, if you see me in real life, come say hi. I don't bite most of the time. It is the most rewarding thing seeing you guys in real life. Any other martial arts you'd like to try? I think wrestlers are the coolest of the coolest people. Instagram knows that I have a thing for wrestlers, so I've been hit with like wrestling algorithm reels. The level of athleticism, the agility, the strength, the flexibility, the power, it's just, I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. How do you maintain inner stillness and peace after blowing up on social media? This is a great question. Because of the rate at which I blew up, everything sort of happened within a 12-month period. Although I couldn't see immediate threats to my mental health, I made the conscious decision of hiring a performance coach. I'll tell you guys why, because I wasn't used to reading so many comments and so many opinions about me. Absorbing all of that is not natural. We as humans are not programmed to handle hundreds of opinions of us, and that's why you see celebrities go crazy, like Britney Spears, for example. I'm not saying it affected me mentally. I'm actually pretty good at blocking out negative comments. In fact, there's a statistic whereby 10% of the people that you meet in the world are not gonna like you for no reason. You could not say anything. They could just look at you and they've decided that they don't like you. So whenever I get a negative comment, I just think, this is part of that 10%. There's nothing I can do about it. They're not gonna like me regardless. It just comes with being human. So in terms of negative comments, I'm pretty good at blocking out the majority of it. With that being said, I didn't want social media to kind of take over my life and to dictate the way I live. I hired a performance coach who specialized in NLP training. I do want to give credit to the hubs as well, because it's been a pillar in making sure that my mental health isn't swaying. And then the performance coach just really sealed everything for me. Really been able to become more self-aware. And I think it's something that every single individual should look into. Just understanding yourself and understand why you behave in this way or why certain things trigger you. Essentially what she did is she looked at my childhood experiences or certain points in my childhood that have kind of caused a rift in my personality or in my understanding of the world, and how that has basically manifested itself in adulthood. Mind you guys, I was super skeptical going into these sessions. I was like, there's nothing this woman can do for me. She doesn't know me. Anything that she says to me is not gonna work. I'm fine already. There's nothing that needs healing. Boy, did I need healing. There's certain things that I needed to pull from under the rug and address it and be okay with it. Without going too much into detail, she has changed my life and has made me a lot stronger mentally. And because now I am an influencer, I need to be my best self and my strongest self for you guys as well, because I'm influencing you guys. Next, are you a southpaw fighter? No, I'm orthodox, but I fight in both stances. And the reason for that was because in Taekwondo, you have your stronger leg in front, and that would be your stance. But in Muay Thai, it was the inverse. It was really weird having my left leg in front. Because of my Taekwondo background, I can switch between stances. I'm predominantly orthodox, but I will switch up to southpaw here and there. Are you close with your Iraqi Arab culture? I try and do everything in my power to preserve my Iraqi roots. I married a Japanese Iraqi man who can't speak Arabic. We only speak in English in the household, which, you know, for my future kids is not the best situation. I'm fluent in Arabic, but it's conversational fluent. It's not like if you start talking to me about politics, for example, I would struggle. And because my Arabic is so basic, it's gonna be really hard to try and pass that down to my kids. I'll make a conscious effort in making sure that my Arabic roots are preserved, and also my husband's Japanese roots. As a beginner, how do I find a legitimate martial arts gym and not a place that would rip me off? For me, finding a good martial arts gym is so important. I have been in situations I've been taught by extremely incompetent people, and it's led to injuries. In hindsight, looking back at it, I was in an extremely dangerous environment. And I don't think martial arts teachers go through enough screening before they become teachers. It is very easy to fall into the hands of the wrong person in this industry. So some green flags to look out for is a non-egotistical gym. There is a gym that is accepting of other martial arts. That's a green flag for me because it shows that they are open-minded and they're not culty. Another green flag would be to see if they have any professional fighters, if they've taken those fighters to international competitions, for example, how long the gym has been established for. Honestly, it's not about the gym with the most cutthroat fighters, it's where the heart is. Go off your gut feeling. If you feel like, yes, I'm surrounded by my people and I feel safe here, that's your place. So when I first arrived in Sydney, I went to the nearest Muay Thai gym, which is a very well-established gym in Australia. And at the door, I was told that my little taekwondo kicks aren't gonna work here. It was, for me, extremely disheartening, especially because I was super intimidated as well. Coming from a taekwondo background, everyone would wear, the pajama, dobok, and bow at the door and be super respectful. First time I walked into this Muay Thai gym, it was all men that were tatted from head to toe. They had their shirts off and it was very, very different from what I was used to. So I was so intimidated. That comment was added as well to top it off at the door. And so I just said, thank you. I'll think about it, and I left and I never went back. That could have stopped me from doing Muay Thai altogether, but thankfully I saw that there was another gym that was a bit further out. And it's funny because in their Instagram bio, it said friendliest gym in Sydney. That sounds great. So I went there and it was a completely different vibe. Everyone was so welcoming. When I told them that I come from a Taekwondo background, it was celebrated, if anything, like, wow, oh my God, this is great. Then we can integrate some Muay Thai and we could really get you going. Immediately, I felt safe and I felt at home. Go with your gut feeling. The person you want to suss out is the head coach, because that attitude gets trickled down to all the students. So if you like the coach, then you'll like the gym. We'll do one more question. How did you hurt yourself with your knees? You guys are gonna crack up. Both ACL ruptures were from Taekwondo and both were from sparring the same girl. She's from a different club. I don't know her that well, but she's seen me go down screaming twice. And those were the only 2 times that I had fought her. One was like in class, into sparring day, and the second was in an actual comp. It's funny because the second time my ACL went, her coaches thought that I was faking it. She's like, oh, she did this last time. I'm like, yeah, because last time I tore my ACL and this time I tore my ACL as well. I don't know what kind of juju was going on there. Anyways, that's the end. Thank you for listening to this. If you got this far, thank you so much. I can see there's like 60 minutes of footage that I need to edit. Thank you so much for the support. I am eternally grateful. Bye-bye.